Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'll be giving a tutorial on how to draft a sleeve, a short sleeve and a long sleeve pattern. So guys, stay tuned and watch this video to the end. And please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do well to click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever we post our new videos. Guys, thank you. If you're a returning subscriber, I really do appreciate it. Dusty brand really do appreciate. So stay tuned and watch how I drafted my pattern on long sleeve and short sleeve. Thank you.
So guys, this is my pattern paper folded into two, and I'll start with the short sleeve first of all. And the first thing I'm going to do is to take my straight line. I call it my shoulder line or my start line. The reason why I do this is to get a straight start and a neat job. So from that particular straight line, I label it my start line. Then I'll come down by 4.5 inches, that is 4.5 inches. Then I mark it there. Then I go down again with the length of the short sleeve I'm making, and it's 12, so I marked 12 inches there. And I went ahead to draw out that line, that's the bicep line. I drew it out. Then I also did the same thing for the length, which is 12. After doing this, then the next thing I did was to measure the start line. I came in by 4 inches. I gave a point at that particular place. After giving a point, I went ahead to get the middle of that shoulder to bicep line. It's 4.5. I had to get the middle by joining the tape that way, and I gave a point at that particular place. Then I went out to take my bicep measurement, and that's 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. I measured 6.5. Then I gave extra 1.5 allowance. That's what I'm doing there. I gave extra 1.5 allowance. So I came down to the sleeve, and the sleeve is 10 inches, that is divided into 2 is 5. After marking the 5, I came out with 1.5 inches allowance. So this is basically how it came out. So I was just trying to join from the shoulder down to that point, then to the allowances I gave. So I made use of my curve rule. It's very easy, just take a close look on what I was doing. So I made use of my curve rule. I connected, and this is how you're going to place your curve rule. I connected from the shoulder down to that point first. That was the first thing I did. After connecting it, then I had to turn my curve rule and connect from that point down to the allowance I gave, down to the points for the bicep. So that was literally what I did. Then I connected from that point down to the sleeve, the length of the sleeve, and this is basically how it came out. Very easy and simple to draft out. So this is the short sleeve, and this was how it came out. So I went ahead to cut out the short sleeve, and this is basically how it came out. So after cutting it out, I was just trying to measure my round armhole if it's tally, and it's exactly my measurements with the allowance I gave. So this is the short sleeve. So this is my pattern paper folded into two. I'm going to do the same measurements for the front. I'm going to do the same thing for the back, but a little difference on it. So I went ahead to draw out my straight line, which is my start point. Came down by 4.5 inches. I gave a mark there. Then after that, it's a long sleeve. I'll be coming down with my elbow, my shoulder to elbow, and that's 14 inches. I gave a mark there. From that same line, I went down with the length of the sleeve, and it's 22. I gave the mark there. So I had to draw out the line so it will be visible for you guys to see it. So I went ahead to mark the bicep line. After marking that down to the elbow, I gave a straight line. Then the length of the sleeve, which is 22, I gave a straight line. So this is basically the 3 lines that we need for this. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll take 4 inches in, like I did for the short sleeve. Then I come down at that particular point trying to get the middle of that line. Then after getting my middle, I give a point at that place. I also did the same thing for the short sleeve, so I'm just repeating the same thing for that particular place. So after doing that, I get my measurement for my bicep, which is 13. That's divided into 6.5. I marked it, then I gave 1.5 inches allowance. So for the round elbow is 10. I divide into 2, that's 5. I marked 5 for that particular place. Then I added 1.5 sewing allowance. All the allowance I gave was 1.5 inches. So after that, I went down. So for the round sleeve is 7. I divided by 2, 3.5. I gave a point there. Then I added the 1.5 extra inches allowance. So I basically added 1.5 inches for all the allowance. So the next thing I'm going to do is to connect from the shoulder down to that point I made, then to the end of the biceps point. So I did the same thing I did for the short sleeve. I try my possible best to make sure that the curve row is well placed, and take a close look on how I was doing it. I made sure the curve row was well placed, then I connected it. Then I did the next connection from that point down to the 1.5 inches I gave. So basically this was how it came out. So after doing it, I made sure that it was very okay, it was corresponding. So I'll take my straight rule to connect from that point down to the elbow, and this was how I was connecting it. I connected it straight down, then from that particular place down to the end of the sleeve. So I did that, and that was all about the drafting of the long sleeve. So this is basically what it looks like. This is how it came out. So I did the same thing, trying to make sure that my round arm will tally with it and the allowance is being given. So this was how it looks like. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. So basically I was done with the long sleeve and the short sleeve, and I had to label it. So if you should follow this pattern I did, you get it right, and it's very simple and it's very easy to draft out. Thank you very much for staying with the Dulcie brand.
So guys, thanks for watching. If you find this helpful, do also subscribe to this channel, like our videos, and please share our videos. Thank you very much. See you in our next video. Bye.